Hello and welcome back to a Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Monotype playthrough. We're here with our good old first official Steel type, so now we can go ahead and call these pseudo-Steel types exactly what they are. They are shams, and we do not appreciate them. We are going to be trying to use good old Jingles as much as possible, as it is the true Steel type that we want. Obviously the other two we're going to use when relevant, but the star, pun implied, is going to be Jirachi for a little while. So I have gone ahead and leveled it up to level 10. It's not a crazy level or anything like that, but it was a quick level I could get to by battling the trainers before us. Obviously, timid nature, now it does have Swift, which is nice, and the only other change is Onix now has Dragon Breath, which, honestly, is a very unique typing that we're not going to get from anything else for a while. Unfortunately, it runs on Onix's special attack, which is, 13. It's not the best, but regardless, it's a new typing, it has a chance to paralyze, which is kind of nice, and all of that good stuff if we ever want to catch something. For example, there is a honey tree, which is actually just there. You can see it in the top left, that we will hopefully be able to find Burmy on. That'll be a Pokemon that we can evolve into a Steel type soon. I don't know if we'll get it today, but we will definitely get it soon. Whether we can get it evolved into a Steel type today or soon, that depends. I don't actually know Burmy's requirements yet. I really need to look it up at some point soon, but I still haven't done that. So, don't you dare go into the Valley Windworks. I got orders to keep everyone out if they're not part of Team Galactic. You give me a look that makes me think you're going to try to get in. Okay then, you'll have to battle me for it. We trained up Jirachi. Jirachi is level 10. But remember, Jirachi's base stats are incredibly high because of the fact that it is a good old mythical Pokemon. So I think Jirachi should be able to handle a lot of these fights alone, despite being level 10. Example, Glameow, bam, normal type, resisted, because Steel is the way forwards, okay? Steel is good. Look at that damage. That's the power of a Steel type. I'll stop, I swear. But while we do go ahead and absolutely dunk on this poor Glameow and threaten this employee that probably has nothing to do with what we're doing, while we're doing all of that, I do want to say, there was no streams last week. I am aware of this. I planned on streaming on Wednesday. I planned on doing a mass outbreak hunt for Shiny Zorua, Hisuian Zorua, as a Shiny, I should say. That didn't go to plan. Last week was honestly a disaster. I had a whole bunch of things planned. None of them happened. I wanted to stream Pokemon Legends Arceus. Game came out with an update, removed the shiny hunting method. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just run through the game, we'll do the new shiny hunting method, you know, we'll find a way around it. Then my internet goes out. Router's dead. We need a new router. Have to get a new router. That all happens. I don't do well without the internet. When I don't have the internet, I become very grouchy, as I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. But while that was happening, my Ethernet cable broke. I needed a new Ethernet cable. It got stuck in my PC when I got the new Ethernet cable. That happened. Lots of things happened in quick succession, and every time one thing was fixed, my plan was going to be to then stream and update everyone on what was happening in said stream, and then something else would go wrong. For some reason, my OBS decided to break, and it said that I didn't have an NVEC coder. I don't know what that means, okay? So I had that as an issue, and every single time one more thing piled on top, and one more thing, and one more thing, and eventually I just said, screw it. You know what? We'll do it all next week. All streams next week. So from Wednesday, I'll be back to streaming with mass outbreaks in Pokemon Legends Arceus again, but this week it was just not happening, and I'm sorry for not updating. The plan was to update as soon as something got fixed, and then something else broke. I can look back on it and laugh right now, but at the time I wasn't very happy. With that all said and done though, Jirachi, putting in the work right now, destroying all of these Pokemon with its simple move Confusion, as you do. Absolutely beautiful what's happening right here. But once we're done with all of this Valley Windworks stuff, which we will have a boss at the end of this, which is actually quite a tough fight. I can't remember if it's up against Mars, Saturn, or Jupiter. Honestly, they all kind of blend together after a certain amount of time, and I just go, oh yeah, it's one of the planet people. Team Galactic, yeah, they're the planet people. It's one of them, I'm sure. So we'll battle one of those and have a tough fight, and then we get access to honey trees. Which is good, because I think the only way in the entire game to get Burmy is with honey trees. So that is something we're definitely going to need to do. It's unfortunate that it is going to take a while for honey trees to activate. I think we do have to wait a day, so we definitely won't be getting Burmy today. Now that I give it a little bit more thought. Don't worry, my gears have started turning in my brain again now that I've vented and got all that out about the internet. But we won't be getting Burmy today. However, we will hopefully be able to grab it before the next gym. That's my plan. As long as we have a Burmy before the next gym, and we can get it evolved into a Wormadam, preferably. Preferably. I think it's level 20 as long as we battle in a building for the evolution, I think. But we'll try and get a Wormadam, and then we'll have a bug type for the grass type gym. Because at the moment, the grass type gym is very, very scary for us. We have an Onyx and we have a Piplup. Both of those will get absolutely dunked on. Jirachi can put up a fight for sure, but I don't know if it can battle all of Gardenia's Pokemon alone. We'll see. This brat's tough, like really, really tough. Tougher than I can put into words, and I know a lot of words. Oh, or calm down there. We're done for now. Let's get back to the Valley Windworks. Here's a dictionary in his pocket. Oh, what's this thing? They seem to have forgotten it. It's a works key. It must be for the Valley Windworks. It's of no use to me. You may as well have it. I would happily take it, and I'd also happily take some honey. Thank you. You surely saved me. Those goons were trying to rob me of my sweet, sweet honey. They sure were weird, though. You saw how they were dressed. What they were saying didn't make a whole lot of sense, either. Oh, I need to thank you. Will you take this as my thanks? Jar of honey. Yes. Yes, I will. If you slather that honey on a sweet-smelling tree, it might attract Pokemon. I will take the honey. I don't know what trees have Burmy, so I don't want to slather it just yet. I want to make sure that we actually put it on the right place to get the best chance of a Burmy. I also don't know if I can, like, save scum my way to a Burmy and, like, reset if I don't get the Pokemon I want, or if it's just guaranteed to always be a certain Pokemon. I've never hunted using shiny, or I was about to call them shiny trees. Honey trees. I have shinies on the mind because of the whole mass outbreak change, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But with that, we can go ahead, start making our way back to the Valley Windworks. We're going to keep Jirachi in front, because Jirachi's doing fine so far, honestly, and that makes me incredibly happy. And I would like to use Steel types where possible, considering this is a Monotype playthrough. It's locked from inside. Would you like to use the Works key? I'll think about it. I kind of want to just bust it down, you know, get Jirachi to use its Psychic's powers, blast the whole building apart. But I guess we'll use the key like some kind of civilized person or something. I don't know. Weird. What? No way. You have the key? Locking the door's meaningless. I am the loser in this after all. You are. This is no time for self-pity. I've got to alert the commander. But I'm gonna go this way because it's potential goodies. Can I get lemonade? I cannot get lemonade. I can kind of glide along it. I wish I could, like, move myself back and I could moonwalk along it. We're kind of reverse moonwalking. That's called walking. We're walking. Reverse moonwalking is called walking. Anyway, moving on into the battles, because, oh dear. Challenge by Team Galactic Grunt. Please send out something that I can box. Send out a Zubat. Cascoon? Is Cascoon part poison yet? I don't think it is. Genuinely don't know. I don't stick with Cascoon for very long, to be honest. You kind of just evolve it, because it evolves so quickly. It is still pure bug. It is not part poison yet. Which is unfortunate for us, because we would have absolutely one-shot it. But regardless, we can finish it over Swift and we will be fine. It is level 11, meaning we are actually on par in level with our Jirachi right now, which is crazy, because all I did to level this thing up was I battled the 2 Pachirisu on, like, the double trainer, and I battled the bug trainer as well, who had, like, a Kricketot and a Wurmple or something, and that was all the training I did. But level 16 is the time for Piplup to still stay a pseudo-steel type, because it's not quite there yet, but progress is progress. So Piplup, if you could become big and strong, it does get Metal Claw, actually, I believe. Bam, bam, Primplup. It does get Metal Claw, I believe, which is... it's closer. It's learning. It's learning the way towards being the correct typing. Metal Claw, you know what, we'll take it. We'll take it. Is it a good move? Honestly, not really. It's... if you get the attack buff, it can be nice, but I feel like we're just going to get rid of Charm, because Work Up to set up and sweep seems a little bit more enticing at the moment. But if we can get the attack buff going, then I mean, it can become pretty strong. Whether we'll be able to actually get that attack buff going at all during this entire playthrough, I honestly don't know. Unless it's an Aaron, I don't get Metal Claw buffs. Now that I think about it. I think Aaron is the only Pokemon I can think of that actually gets the buff when I use the move. Maybe the occasional Matang. Can't think of any other Pokemon I've ever gotten the attack buff with. I can't think of any. Maybe it's just locked to those Pokemon, you know? Maybe it's a luck thing, but who knows? Wample, get out of here. And a Glameow. I think Jirachi should just have these fights. Another nice and simple fight for Jirachi. Honestly, there wasn't anything too crazy about that fight at all. That was pretty much click, confusion, win. But now things change around. Now we have ourselves a tougher fight. Hi, are you Mars? Because you have red hair. Can I sneak past you? No, okay. I was gonna say, normally she locks on from further away, I thought. I'm one of Team Galactic's 3 commanders. My god, the chibi form looks so goofy. We've been trying to create a new world that's better than this one. But people have shown little understanding about what we do. You don't understand either, do you? It's a little saddening. So, let's have a battle to decide what we should do next. If I win, you leave. If you win, we, Team Galactic, will leave. Will we win? Honestly, I don't know. We do have a Piplup now, though, which is pretty nice to fall back on. Commander Mars, yep. Since I was Zubat, you fool. You fool. You had no idea what was coming. We have a star. The star of the show, so to speak. Confusion. I think that should be a wrap on the Zubat. It is level 14, which is decently high. U-turn? Okay. Respectable damage, respectable damage. I don't know if she's the one with the Skuntank. No, she has Purugly. Yucky. Yucky, yucky Purugly. What do you think you're doing to my Pokemon? Calling it ugly. As everyone should. We're actually going to swap into Onix and bind it. I want to keep Jirachi around because Jirachi is useful. Yes, it resists what Purugly can do, but also it is a little bit outmatched in level. Plus, let's be honest here, Onix has the defense. Onix should be fine. We can go ahead and go for a bind, and then we'll Dragon Breath and try and paralyze it. The bind will get that residual damage ticking, which will be nice. To be honest, I don't understand how she has this Pokemon at level 16, because recently I had to actually look up when Glameow evolved for my Pokemon Legends Arceus Pokedex, because I wanted to evolve my Glameow to get a Purugly rather than looking for one. It evolves at level 38. It is such a late evolution. I just assumed it was like in the 20s, like low 20s, like a 22. It looks like a level 22 evolution, right? But level 38 is when it evolves for Glameow to Purugly. Whack. Absolutely wild. If you told me to guess, 38 would not have been one that I would have guessed, that's for sure. Such a weird level as well. It's like when fossils evolve. And they evolve into much better forms than this. This is just a cat that ate a lot. Maybe it takes a while for it to eat that much. For the Glameow that's the skinny cat to actually evolve it into Purugly, it has to eat a whole lot. For example, eating an orange berry. It's got to eat probably a good, like, 200 orange berries, right? That's got to be it. I think I've cracked the code on why it evolved so late. This has been a game theory from not the game theorists. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue clicking Dragon Breath in hopes that we paralyze, although it doesn't seem to be working out so well so far. However, also, Onix is just taking no damage because it's a literal tank. It's doing so good. No paralysis yet, though, which is actually crazy. Bind is still ticking, by the way. Bind is doing a lot of work right now. Thief is starting to do a little bit of damage, but it's going to really come down to the wire, I think. Paralyze. Knew it. I knew it. Freed from Bind. Honestly, can we just finish you with a Smackdown? Stab, Smackdown. Bonk. No. No, we can't. Another Thief takes us down to 3 HP. This is surprisingly close, but I think we have it because of the paralysis. Onyx, you did it. You know what, maybe I was too harsh on the pseudo-steel type. Rock is pretty close after all. But that is a whole lot of XP. Was that 2 levels on Jingles? Was 2 levels on Jingles? Look at those stat increases. Beautiful. I know it's because there's 2 levels, but still. Seeing a +6 does feel good. About to send in Zubat. We're obviously going to go back to our good old Jirachi, because Onyx has done its job, and I don't want to let it die to a Zubat's U-turn for nothing. That would be silly. We know that Jirachi can live the hit. And we should be good to wrap up this good old fight. Bonk. Get that Zubat on out of here. We didn't even need our Piplup. That's exactly how I like it. Piplup was just there in the back, gaining some XP from watching its friends, being a little bit of a cheerleader. This can't be. I lost? You sure did. Can we keep you in that form rather than the chibi form, though? The chibi form looks so silly. Oops, I messed that one up. That's alright though, I quite enjoyed our battle. I guess it's time to say goodbye and leave for the time being. Team Galactic. They were saying they had to gather Pokemon and energy no matter what. It was for creating a new universe, or so they claimed. Nothing they said made any sort of sense to me. Anyway, I can't tell you how grateful I am to you for saving me. I can finally see my little daughter again. Zoom. Child energy, it's terrifyingly strong. They can zoom about for hours, and then you turn, like, honestly, for me, I was probably like 14, and bam, energy gone. Yuck, Papa, you're stinky. Go shower now, stinky. They're also incredibly brutal and honest. Oh, sorry, they had me working non-stop. Thank you, trainer, you made those bad people go away. I think the balloon Pokemon will come visiting again. This is sadly Saturday morning, so we're not going to see the balloon Pokemon. Not that we could catch it anyway, I guess. Because Drifloon... Not Steel. Despite Drifblim being a little bit like a blimp. I can imagine like a Drifblim form where they make it like a more modernized kind of blimp Pokemon where it's part Steel. I could see that being a thing. And honestly, it'd be kind of cool. I kind of like that. As far as new forms go, that could definitely be something. But I'm assuming I'm going to need to slab a honey on this tree. But I don't know yet, so I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to make sure that I do that correctly and make sure that I put it in the right place to grab a good old Burmy. We will go ahead and battle the hiker on the way here and start making our way up towards the next little spot of rest. So there is a place where we can heal up north of here. You have 4 Pokemon, my guy. Is this just going to be a case of spam confusion? It might well be. You know, seeing a Bidoof use Defense Curl makes me wonder if there's like Bidoof stress balls out in the world. Can you imagine just squishing like little Bidoof's chubby little cheeks as a stress ball? I imagine it would work wonders. Honestly, if that's not a thing already, it needs to be. There's definitely Pokemon stress balls. I just don't know if there's like one specifically for Bidoof. I don't know why there'd be one specifically for Bidoof, but who knows. Also, hit an item. Yoink. Don't mind if I do. We're going to try and sneak past you guys if we can, because I want the item over here. It is a Pokeball. It was not worth coming over here. I thought it was something a little bit more exciting than a normal Pokeball, but oh well. Right, let's go ahead and run on through to the little healing retreat. You also are a fighting type trainer, but I would like to heal before I battle the trainers, if possible. Which we can. Our sneaking skills are incredible. We're gonna go rest up, and then, honestly, we should probably fight a couple more trainers, because we do have the gym on the other side of the forest, and Jirachi could still use a couple more levels. However, I also don't know if I want to, like, grab Burmy before I start training, because training up a Burmy alone sounds horrible. So, we'll go ahead and fight these two. Get a little bit of XP, and then we'll try and save maybe an odd trainer or two, just so that Burmy has some XP that it can get, because training without speed up in, like, mainline games is not something I particularly enjoy. in other games where we play, like, for example, Pokemon Insurgents and games like that, where they have built-in speed-up buttons, those are my favorite. Or if they just run on an emulator in any way and you can just spam a good old speed-up button, it just makes grinding a little bit easier. It's the only thing I really ever want to use it for. Occasionally there's a slow-paced battle where you fight 4 Geodudes, and that can be a little bit tiring, but for the most part, just getting through the training against wild Pokemon to use new Pokemon is kind of nice. For Piplup, I'm sorry. You're not past Steel type, so you can't defeat me yet. Maybe one day, once you grow big and strong, and maybe get some metallic blades along your fins, then you might have a chance. Until then, though, nah. We learned Helping Hand. It's not really the best in a playthrough. In VGC, sure. But in a normal playthrough, not really the craziest thing. Alright, you're the last one that we're gonna fight. Send out your fighting types. I want to see them get absolutely demolished by confusion. You have a meta type? Give him a chop. You fool. It's gonna be one click of a button. Bam, bam. It's level 15, it might live a hit. We'll see. Nope. Don't know what I was thinking. Of course it's not gonna live a hit. I have a Jirachi. Why am I thinking things are gonna live hits? That's a silly thing to think. But that leaves us right in front of the forest, which we will go ahead and get through in the next episode. I will try and grab a Burmy off screen. But for right now, if you guys have enjoyed, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado,